we are learning about the circulatory system, which is also called the cardiovascular system. The materials being moved throughout the body are oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is very important for the muscles in your body, as well as waste products like carbon dioxide. Your heart is made up of cardiac muscle, while the blood vessels are composed of smooth muscle. The blood is going to carry the materials throughout your body. Waste like carbon dioxide is brought to the lungs to be released, while other waste is brought to the kidneys to be filtered, and waste can leave the body through the urinary system. Movement of materials into and out of your body occur by diffusion and active transport. Diffusion is considered moving a substance from an area of greater concentration to an area of lower concentration. For example, oxygenated blood has a lot of oxygen, but the body cells have an abundance of carbon dioxide. So the oxygen is left and the carbon dioxide is picked up. Active transport is the opposite of diffusion. Active transport requires energy from the cells to move substances across the cell membrane. Your heart is an organ made up of cardiac muscle. Your heart has 4 compartments called chambers or rooms. The upper 2 chambers are called atria, or the right and the left atrium. The lower 2 chambers are called your right and left ventricle. Blood flows only in one direction, from your atrium to the ventricle, then from the ventricle into blood vessels. A wall called the septum prevents blood from flowing between the 2 atrium and the 2 ventricles. The right side of the heart contains deoxygenated blood, while the left side of the heart contains oxygenated blood. This flow of blood causes your heart to make a lub-dub sound. Sometimes the blood doesn't flow in one direction, and it makes a lub-swoosh sound. This is known as a heart murmur. Coronary circulation is blood flowing within the heart. Coronary means heart. Pulmonary means lungs, so this is circulation to the lungs for the blood to become oxygenated. Systemic circulation is circulation to all of the body cells. Systemic means body. The beating of your heart controls blood flow through each section. Coronary circulation is the blood flow to and from the tissues of the heart. When the coronary circulation or circulation within the heart is blocked, oxygen and other nutrients cannot reach all the cells of the heart, and this can cause a heart attack. Remember, pulmonary means lungs. Pulmonary circulation is very important so that the blood can become oxygenated. Oxygenated means with oxygen. It is very important for the oxygenated blood to be sent to all of the muscles of your body so they can perform their tasks and specific functions. Systemic means body. This oxygen-poor blood, however, contains carbon dioxide, which will be sent to your lungs so it can be released as a waste product. Oxygen-rich blood flows from your heart into your arteries of this system. Remember, arteries bring blood away from the heart. Systemic circulation circulates nutrients and oxygen are delivered by the blood to your body cells and exchanged for carbon dioxide. Finally, the blood returns to your heart in the veins in the systemic circulation system. Remember, veins bring blood to the heart. Notice how the word vein spells the word in. Blood vessels, like arteries, carry blood away from the heart. Arteries have thick, elastic walls made up of connective tissue and smooth muscle. These are the largest of the 3 blood vessels in the body. Arteries connect to capillaries through smaller vessels called arterioles. Arterioles are basically just small arteries. Each ventricle of the heart is connected to an artery. Every time your heart contracts, blood is moved from your heart into these arteries. Your left ventricle is attached to the pulmonary artery to take the blood to your lungs. The left ventricle is attached to the body's largest artery called the aorta. You can see the aorta at the top of the diagram. Blood vessels that carry blood into the heart are called veins. Veins have one-way valves that keep blood moving towards the heart. Veins are smaller than arteries but larger than capillaries. Capillaries are connected to veins through venules, or small veins. Two major veins return blood from your body to your heart. The superior vena cava returns blood from your head and neck, and the inferior vena cava returns blood from your stomach and legs. The superior and the inferior vena cava both bring the blood to your right ventricle. Remember, this blood is deoxygenated and filled with carbon dioxide. Capillaries connect arteries and veins. Capillaries are microscopic blood vessels that have very thin outer walls. These very thin outer walls allow gas to exchange. This means that carbon dioxide and oxygen are exchanged through capillaries. Blood pressure, when your heart beats through the circulatory system, the pressure of the push moves through the blood. The force of the blood on the walls of your blood vessels is called blood pressure. This pressure is highest in arteries and lowest in veins. You may recall that normal blood pressure is 120/80. Blood pressure is measured in large arteries and is expressed by two numbers, such as 120/80. The first number is the measure of pressure caused when the ventricle contracts and the blood is pushed out of the heart. This number is called systolic and is 120. The second number is the number of the diastolic pressure that occurs as the ventricles fill with blood just before they contract again. Remember, this number should be around 80. When blood pressure is higher than normal, messages are sent to your blood by the nerves. They send messages to raise or lower your blood pressure by speeding up or slowing down your heart rate, for example. Cardiovascular disease is any disease that affects the heart, blood vessels, or the blood. Cardiovascular disease can seriously affect the health of your entire body. Heart disease is the leading cause of death when you factor in all age groups. This means that more people die every year from heart disease than anything else. Atherosclerosis is one of the leading causes of heart disease. This condition is characterized by fatty deposits building up in the arteries or arterial walls. If a coronary artery is blocked, a heart attack can occur. Hypertension is also called high blood pressure. High blood pressure is described as being over 140/90. Remember, normal blood pressure is 120/80. A regular diet with low salt, regular exercise, and taking medication can help to lower hypertension or high blood pressure. However, not treating high blood pressure or hypertension can lead to a stroke or a heart attack. Heart failure results when the heart cannot pump blood effectively. It might be caused when the heart muscle tissue is weakened by disease, or when the heart valves do not work properly. People with heart failure are usually very short of breath and tired. The choices you make to maintain good health may reduce your risk for future serious illnesses such as cardiovascular disease. Many diseases, including cardiovascular disease, can be prevented by having a good diet and regular exercise. Remember, everything is okay in moderation.